Hey everyone, today we are going to talk about automating your Airbnb business. There are so many things you can do with your Airbnb business just by doing simple tips and tricks. So today I'm really excited to introduce Brooke Sparks from TURNO, and he's going to talk to us about one super easy way to make your life that much easier. I'm a really big believer in continuous improvements and just making these small little changes in your life every single day can make such a huge impact in your life when you look at the overall picture. So Brooks, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what company you represent and how we can automate our business?
Fantastic. Well, super excited to be here. Thank you, Vivian, and hello to anyone who's tuning in. Um, I've been with Turner now for about a year, but I've been in the short-term rental space for quite a while, close to 10 years. I've worked at a few different tech, companies within this space. I've been on the property management software side. I've been on the short-term rental data and analytics side, and now I find myself on the cleaning side. And I can genuinely say that this has been the most rewarding yet in this space. And the reason that is because we help so many people every single day completely streamline and automate the cleaning side of their business and genuinely make it hands off. So that's our goal, and that's how it works. Um, so Turno's been doing this for several years now. We've gotten really good at it. In our software, we kind of have two core pieces. We have the cleaning management software side. That's the actual automation, right? That's the calendar that's going to, organize the cleans. That's where you can set up checklists and have the cleaners check your inventory and stuff like that. But then another thing that really kind of stands out within our tool is our cleaner marketplace. We actually have the world's largest database of cleaners. Over 55,000 cleaners have been vetted and onboarded into our system. And they go through background checks. They have to verify short-term rental cleaning experience, and they can add additional qualifications if they have some, like maybe they're a registered business, whatever it may be. And then with those qualifications, hosts from pretty much anywhere in the United States and Canada and a few other countries in Europe can go in and find cleaners in their market, what even for very small markets, which is really helpful. So let me go ahead and share my screen here.
Let me allow you to.
Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. I'm just going to click around the tool just briefly. So that way you guys can get an idea of kind of the general vibes and how it works. Awesome. So, oops, is it still sharing?
Yes, I can see
Okay.
Paterno and Aspen Chalet.
Okay, great. Sorry. So this is TURNO. This is the software. You're going to see over here on the left-hand sides, several different tabs here. A lot of them very self-explanatory in terms of what direction they're going to pull you to and what you can achieve there. In the top right, you're going to see notifications for all kind of different events that could be cleaning related. You're going to have your chat, which opens up a different tab. So that way you can actually communicate with the cleaners. And then we have the settings right here. And this is where you can do a little bit of personalization, tailor it a little bit more to your specific needs and what you're looking to achieve on the cleaning side. A lot of different settings here. But on the left-hand side, we have the daily dashboard. To be honest, once Turno is set up, which doesn't take very long, by the way, it's pretty hands off. So a lot of hosts won't really need to come into it very often. If they do, they generally just kind of come into the dashboard and kind of get that bird's eye view of how the operation looks. They're going to see how many projects they have today, how many they have upcoming. They'll be able to see maybe cleans that require their attention because maybe a cleaner hasn't accepted the clean yet, or there's existing problems on the property, which could be like broken items or inventory concerns on the unit. And then in the projects tabs, where you can actually see a lot of this stuff in more detail. So if I click on the schedule view, we can see here we got our 9 properties. We've got our reservations here being pulled in from either our property management system or from different OTAs. And those will come here. And then Turno is going to create the cleans based off of the rules that you set within Turno in between these reservations. And whoever is assigned to that property as the primary cleaner is the first person inclined to accept it within the TURNO for Cleaners app. After they accept that clean, they're going to have the information they need to successfully clean it. And then they'll start the job. They'll finish the job live in the application as they go through your checklist and inventory. And once they hit finish, then that triggers the automated payments, and you don't even have to worry about that as well.
I think that's so good. And I think there's a lot of that's a functionality that a lot of new hosts or even existing hosts, they don't understand that you could simply just connect the calendar from a listing into Turno. That way, every time you have a reservation that comes in, the Airbnb app will communicate with Turno to say, hey, there's a checkout on this date. So let's automatically schedule a cleaner that you've attached to your property. And then your cleaner will get notification like, hey, bing, there's a new checkout happening on this day. And now you got to go accept it. So just that alone, when I introduced Turno into my business, was so extraordinarily helpful because I didn't have to, like, as I expanded, I didn't have to think about which cleaner is cleaning which property. I didn't have to think about contacting through text messages and forgetting to contact them again.
Yep.
I didn't have to make sure that they were on their way or they're showing up. It was just a really good way to just simplify my business. And I feel like it saves me 10 to 15 minutes of my time with every reservation.
That's exactly right. And you actually brought up something, a really cool point, is that you also don't even have to worry about if someone's going to actually come to clean your property because you're going to have a primary cleaner, but then you can also set up multiple backup cleaners. So what that means is, let's say by chance your primary cleaner's out of town or busy or sick or whatever, it's going to open up automatically to your backup cleaners. So that way you make sure nothing falls through the cracks there, and you're always going to have someone available to clean.
What about like, so for me, I think my cleaners are a really big extension of my business. Talk to me about how maybe they can help me with consumables.
Yeah, definitely. So within the tool, we have two kind of core functionalities that are going to go along with that. One is the checklist. I'm sure a lot of people listening to this call have used checklists before. Maybe they have checklists written out on like a binder in the property or something like that. But here at Turno, these checklists are a great way to make sure that these cleans are consistent across the board, no matter who's cleaning the unit. So here's an example of a popular checklist. And on the Turno for Cleaners app, the cleaner will actually have to manually go through each step of this and check each box before they can finish the job. Also, you can add photo expectations to these checklists. And you can also require, as you can see here, that the cleaner take a photo as well. So if you want throw pillows on a bed done a certain way, you can have that cleaner recreate that photo specifically, upload it here, and then you can reference it on your end after the clean has been submitted. But they'll go through this checklist, and tied to this checklist will be our inventory functionality, where you can create certain items that you would like your cleaners to keep track of for you in the property. And they'll report to you when those items go low or below whatever thresholds you set for that item. And then they'll send over a notification. They'll report how many items it was, or kind of an average. And it'll show up in the problems tab, which is right here, as an inventory concern. And then you'll know that, that item needs to be replenished. Also in the problems tab is where cleaners can report broken or damaged items in the property. They'll just snap a photo of it. It uploads there. And another way for you to kind of streamline that communication and resolve that issue as quickly as possible.
Now, can you use this inventory tab to have your cleaners check on maybe some high value items to make sure they didn't get stolen? For instance, I used to manage a lake house and there were three kayaks. And from time to time, we would be missing an oar. It would drive me crazy. So can I
Brutal.
have the cleaner check the kayaks and make sure that there's three kayaks and three sets of oars?
You just add it as a line item here, especially if you're using our marketplace cleaners, the cleaners that have onboarded with us. They're incredibly flexible because they're working with dozens of hosts, and have a ton of experience with a lot of different use cases of property management and how to host and how to track this information. So they're going to be flexible for you. So if you need something tracked like that, no problem at all. You just add it.
Perfect. Because I mean, I need to update my checklist, but once in a while I'm missing like an iron or even sometimes an ironing board or even a laundry basket. And these things drive me crazy because there's something so simple and it's easy to overlook because you might not have known it was there to begin with, or the cleaner might not have known they were there to begin with. So yeah, I think that would be really beneficial just to have the cleaner help me check to make sure that those key hospitality items are not missing from the stay.
Exactly. Actually, kind of in that vein of, thinking, one of the most common ones I see is TV remotes and having the cleaners track those. Yeah.
Garage remotes.
Yeah. Those as
Garage
well.
remotes seem to disappear all the time for us
Yep.
because I'm in the midterm stay market. So our guests are using the garages. And sometimes when they check out, they'll forget and they'll take it with them.
That makes total sense.
Yeah. Awesome. So one more question then before, and this is just going to be a quick recording here. I know a lot of people in the midterm rental space are also hosting by the room rentals. Can you tell me a little bit more? Are there cleaners there that would do single room cleans or they only do whole home cleans?
Yeah, they do both. They're flexible. So whenever you create a cleaner search, you put in the specifications here when you click new search of if it's one room, if it's a whole house, the square footage, the room size, stuff like that. And then after that, it's going to spit out the actual cleaner search itself. And it's going to send out a notification to a lot of our marketplace cleaners in your market. And they're going to be prompted to bid to join your team. And so you'll see what their rates are per project of kind of a ballpark of what they're looking for. However, these are all negotiable. You'll see their host rating, which is rating from other TURNO hosts that have used their services before in the application. And then you'll also get an Airbnb number, which is their last 30 days of Airbnb reviews if you integrate Airbnb into TURNO as well, which is really nice.
And
Um,
that's capturing from the guest review where they give a mark for the cleanliness of the of their stay, right?
that's correct. That is the cleanliness review score right here.
Wow, that's really good.
Exactly. So you'll be able to see, like, hey, lately, Adam's been doing a really good job. He has a 5-star on Airbnb. And so what we can do is we can actually click into these profiles and we can see how far they are from the property. Let's see if I can find one. Let's try Maribel. Here we go. Selena, 13 miles away. You'll be able to see the message. You'll be able to see their bio. You see the reviews from other hosts in their area. And then from there, all you have to do is hit this button, accept bid, and add to my team. And then not only are you automating all the cleaning, but you're also sourcing that long-term cleaning partner that you can rely on.
That's great. That's
And
awesome.
this is, and the goal here is to be a one-time thing. Cleaner search, probably connect with a handful of cleaners, add one as a primary that you really like, maybe 2 or 3 as backups, and then it's set it for good after that.
Awesome. So let's just take a moment to show us how we connect our Airbnb listing into Turno.
Sure. So you're going to do that by clicking in the top right corner in the initials. They're going to hit integrations. And then you can hit connect at Airbnb and then any other OTAs or PMS partners that you have, and you're good to go.
Awesome. Thanks so
It's that
much. That
easy.
was super helpful. I hope that everybody that's watching this will take advantage of simple technologies that can help us with our day-to-day lives. And there's a small fee that comes with Cherno, right? But at the end of the day, time is money. And I think for people forget that time is money. And if you're in the middle of maybe a celebration or a wedding or vacation and you get a booking, now you have to drop everything to make sure you schedule your cleaner, make sure that if it's a holiday, that you're getting that cleaner that you need to do a turnover, and a lot of a lot of cleaners might not be available that day, so you really want to race to make sure you get your cleaner and communicate with them, and then just it just takes the guesswork out of managing your staff. So I really encourage everyone to take advantage of Turno. It's the leader in this space, so that's amazing.
Fantastic. And if anyone's interested, all you have to do to create an account is super easy. Is just go to turno.com, hit sign up, and then at just a few clicks away, you can send out your first cleaner search and be fully onboarded.
Perfect. And if you have an existing cleaner, you can add them there as well.
Yeah, you can with your existing cleaners as well.
Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, Brooks. That was really helpful.
Thank you, Vivian. I appreciate it.
All
You have
right.
a good one.